Scale
out of 10.
1 to 10.
9.
What?
Good movie.
Come on. Out of 10.
It got better as it progresses, but 4.
Got better. 4.
What? Okay. Out of 10.
5 for the action.
4. Damn. Hold on.
I mean, the action is good.
Come here. It's my cousin right here visiting from Vegas. Scale of 1 to 10. Transformers. 8. 8? God damn. Okay.
Said,
Are you serious? A 9? Okay, here we go. So, Transformers: The Last Knight is the 5th installment in the series, and once again, directed by Michael Bay. That should tell you everything you need to know about this movie. Now, before I start the review, I just want to quickly talk about my personal experience with the Transformer, and as far as I'm concerned, my knowledge. I didn't grow up watching the animated series, the Transformers series. I know a lot of you did. You know me, when I was a kid, I was more of a Power Ranger guy. But I did watch the first 2 seasons of Beast Wars, and I remember loving it as a kid. And just a couple years ago, I watched it again on YouTube. Someone uploaded like the whole series on YouTube, and I watched it again. Just the first 2 seasons, and I gotta say it didn't age too well, but I still really enjoy it for the character. Megatron is a T-Rex, a purple T-Rex, and Optimus Primo, not Prime, Optimus Primo is a gorilla. And it's awesome. It's really awesome. So when it's come to, judging these Transformer movie, I have nothing to compare them to. So I just kind of judge them as, well, movies. The first act of this movie is filmmaking at its absolute worst. It's just the worst. It opens with a quite magnificent medieval battle sequence. But then the characters start talking and you just like, yep, those dialogues. They haven't changed the director. It's still him. It's still the great Michael Bay. I'm not shitting you. Not one scene. Not one scene lasted more than 5 seconds. I'm dead serious. Not one! The editing of this movie, and the first act in particular, is atrocious. Some of the worst I've seen in a long time. But hey, Optimus Prime and the Autobots gonna come out and kick a lot of ass, and it's gonna be a lot of fun watching those action sequences, right? Well, here's the thing. The actions, they're there. They're really cool, and I'll get to them later. But Optimus Prime, in the other hand, yeah, the guy in that poster right there, the main protagonist of this movie, who's in all the trailer, that guy, he's not in it that much. And it's such a missed opportunity. I mean, he's Optimus Prime. Who does that to a character like Optimus Prime? And if you're like a fan, or maybe you just want to watch these movies for some reason, if you've been following the series, you know this is not the first time they've done something like this. I mean, the Transformer, they're not the focus of the movie. It's the humans. After the 4th one, I just want to confront Michael Bay and just yell at his face.
How do I explain this so that you people understand?
We, at the audience, Transformer fans or not, we pay to see the Transformers, not the humans. We don't want to see Shia LaBeouf or Marky Mark. They're really good actors, but they're not. They shouldn't be the main focus of a Transformer movie. We don't want to see the humans. We don't want to see the sexy girl. We don't want to see, some corporate. We don't want to see the military subplot. We don't want to see none of that. We want to see the Transformer. Don't treat like there are the dinosaur in the Jurassic Park series, or Godzilla in Godzilla's, or King Kongs in, well, King Kongs. Because they're not a big giant monster. They're the Transformers. They're pretty much us. But, you know, mechanic and big. They're very human. They can be the character of the movie. My God. They have human-like face. They have facial expression. They have human-like limbs. They have human-like feature. And they can talk. They speak English. They talk like us. A little bit too much like us. Like, oh, it's kind of impossible to make a whole movie with all CG character. Well, listen, what you need to do now is sit down and watch either Avatar or the new Planet of the Apes movie. Thankfully, the movie started to pick up toward the end. And may I reiterate this, the action, they're really, really good. I mean, they're over the top, and we kind of expect that from a Transformer movie, and in a lot of ways, we want to see them over the top. There's a lot of explosion, a lot of slow-mo. The visual effects, for the most part, are amazing. So the sound mixing and design really stand out in this movie for some reason. I watched this movie in the Dolby Cinema. This is my first time trying the Dolby Cinema experience. And the way that the sounds, and how it makes the seat kind of shaking, it's really epic when, like, you know, the action is going on. For all the things that he got wrong in this movie, the one thing he did right was the action. But may I clarify something really quick? This movie, Transformers The Last Knight, just like all of the Transformer movie before that, maybe not the first one, but almost all of them, have really good action scenes, but not action set piece, if that makes sense. What I mean by that is that the action, even though really, really well directed, it felt kind of random, and it's just kind of there. It has no beginning, no end. It's just kind of pow, action. In order to craft a good action set piece, you have to treat it like it's a short film of its own, or even better, it's kind of like sex. Action set piece is sex. Well, let me explain it so it makes sense. There are three distinct acts. Three distinct acts. The first act, the teasing. You gotta give a little bit of, you know, like the setting, location, and, you know, just give the audience a bit of a taste of what is going to happen. That's the teasing. The second act is the action. That's when the shit go down, and that action lead to the climax. And after the climax, it doesn't last very. The climax doesn't last very long, but then it leaves the audience with a satisfying conclusion. That's the three distinct acts of an action set piece. In this movie, you don't get Act 1. All the action in this movie is pretty much Act 2. It's just action with no climax, which leaves you a really disappointing conclusion. And that's just really bad set piece. Action set piece. That's really bad action set piece. Oh, and did I talk about the humor? This sucks, to be honest. I mean, there were a couple of moments that were kind of clever. Matter of fact, only two. Couple. There was one moment with C-3PO ripoff where he sort of interact with the musical score of the movie. I thought that was really funny. That got a good laugh out of the audience. Another moment, not very long after that, and you guys know how Michael Bay, he loves slow-mo. And there's one moment where I thought, okay, this is just another, you know, useless slow motion shot to make the movie look cool. But then turned out it wasn't. I thought that was clever, and this movie needs a lot of those moments, like, you know, the self-aware moments that make the whole experience more well, entertaining. And other than that, all the jokes, it felt awkward, and it just really, I'm telling you, all the jokes, they're really immature. One other thing that really amazed me, in the worst way possible, is Anthony Hopkins. The great Anthony Hopkins. How? I mean, this man, he's the icon of the film industry. He's Hannibal Lecter, for God's sake. In this movie, I just find him really annoying, and his character have a terrible arc. His acting is terrible. He cracks some really, really bad jokes. And it's just a really forgettable performance from Anthony Hopkins. That sucks. That really sucks. I mean, when was the last time the Anthony Hopkins turned in a bad performance? That doesn't happen. That's amazing. And what the hell is with the aspect ratio changing throughout the movie? Like, that's really, really annoying. Like, I'm not talking about Interstellar when, you know, the widescreen is for, like, you know, character moment, and then when it's like the big gigantic action sequence, Christopher Nolan turned it up to the IMAX. Here it just go widescreen, like it's not even dialogue and then action. It's just widescreen. One person say something, then the camera switch to the other characters who is also talking, and then it's just switch to IMAX. And it just go back and forth. That really got on my nerve, big time. In the end, guys, Transformers: The Last Night, it's bad. But I kind of expect it to be. I didn't have a lot of expectation going into this movie, to be honest with you guys. The movie has an impressive production design, and for the most part, the action I thought was really, really fun. But the script, the acting, the editings, it's some of the worst, if not the worst, I've seen this year. But I want to be generous here, guys, because once again, movie making is a group effort. Even though the writings, you know, the acting, directing, and you know, editings, all that really, really disappointing to me. I can see a lot of, you know, other artists, like, you know, like the sound people, the set designer, the visual effect, the people who sort of, you know, design the Transformers. Like, those are the people whose work really helped make this movie not a complete waste of time. And, you know, I'm gonna give them props for their good work. My ratings for Transformers: The Last Night is the 5 out of 10. Hey guys, thank you for watching the video. There's two things I want to say to you guys before I end the video. One, I'm not like a famous movie critic. So, you know, this channel is still growing, so I'm not gonna be, you know, going into advanced screening or, you know, like those special screening for critics, like, you know, Chris Stuckman and Jeremy John can go to. So my reviews are either on time or a couple days late, and if the review is, you know, like a week or 2 weeks late, it's gonna be a spoiler review. But for now, my review is not gonna come out before the movie, so I hope you guys understand. And number two, you know, I'm a geek. I'm a really geeky person, so all the movie that I do review for, they are really geek movie. Like, if you noticed, all the movie that I did review for in the past, they are really, you know, like this big blockbuster, or like, you know, like those geek movie, like the Power Rangers, Guardian. I didn't do one for Guardians, but, you know, like the Mummy, and, you know, Marvel, DC movie, all that, Star Wars. But there's gonna be a lot more movie in theater that I won't be able to see. That because I just don't have a lot of money, and yeah, for now I'm just gonna focus on, you know, those geek movie. But once my channel has gotten bigger, I'm probably gonna consider doing more movie like those Oscar movie, or like there's a movie that I really want to watch right now but I can't. What's the name? The Big Sick. The trailer is hysterical, but I'm probably not gonna go see it in theater. So yeah, just bear with me because this channel is still growing, and hopefully in the future I can go see more movie. But for now, I just gonna keep it once or twice a month. My next review is probably gonna be Baby Driver or Spider-Man Homecoming. So stay tuned for those. Yeah, that's all I have to say for now. Once again, thank you guys for watching the video. If you like this video, click the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more of this content. I do movie reviews, reaction, and occasionally I work on short films. So yeah, do that. I'll see you soon.